Ms. Nivot, thank you very much for waking up to talk to us this morning. What prompted this proposed bylaw?
Good morning. The bylaw is actually there to first and foremost ensure that we have access for everybody to the public beach and also to manage in such a way that it is a safe and a pleasant space to exercise our work and our play within the area of the beach.
So was it prompted by past behavior perhaps that has forced you to come up with this proposal?
No, it is prompted by behavior, and it is prompted at the current circumstances. The bylaw is aimed at managing the 307-kilometre coastal line of the city, firstly in lieu of access, because it's a public space and we want to ensure accessibility for the current and future generations. So it's about the private encroachment on the beach and disallowing people to have access to the whole of the beach. It's also a mechanism for us to address our own city infrastructure in such a way that we are trying to lessen the pollution and manage the pollution around it, and the safeguarding of our infrastructure within, with the rising impact of climate change and storm surges and sand blowing and management. So it's actually, the behavior is just part of what we're trying to do to ensure that it's a safe place. And maybe make it easier, it's to explain alluding to the swearing, it's part of describing unruly behavior. And it's our first attempt of describing what we see as unruly behavior and unacceptable behavior. The idea is that whatever people think that they can describe better, they're more than welcome, and we request them to send in their comment for better description of unruly behavior. And also, if they think that unruly behavior is acceptable for them, then we change the bylaw. It's a draft bylaw. It's for the people to comment and ensure that whatever we do manage on the beach will be for the betterment of all
beachgoers.
Activities.
All right. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this final question: if it does eventually come into effect and it becomes law, enforcement. I'm wondering how you're going to enforce this.
No, are you speaking about the unruly behavior?
Yeah, the question is about enforcement, if it does eventually come into law.
Yeah, there will be enforcement, and if you read the whole paragraph or section on unruly behavior, it's not only one incident or one type of behavior. It's the consequential and impact of the unruly behavior that would lead to the prosecution thereof. So it will lead to prepare people or to circumvent conflict between certain users. You must remember they use the beach for economic activity, for sports and for leisure. And we need to manage the conflict between everybody that wants to exercise his or her activity within it. So the law enforcement officers will be trained and they will be mandated to do the enforcement, but eventually the final enforcement and prosecution will be done by the
law enforcement
judiciary movement, yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. That was Marion Nivot from the city of Cape Town.